And man, I want to go turn on the TV screen. Like, is there seasons to this sport? I have no idea.
Yeah, no, I mean, I have no knowledge of F1 at all other than Cargo Vroom. Heh, Cargo Vroom.
Very room, very fast.
Very fast, very vroom, very demure.
Oh no, not this again.
Hello and welcome to Cassette Tech, where you can eject wherever you want, but please don't forget to rewind. I'm Ethan.
I'm Annmarie.
And Annmarie, what did we just go see?
We just got out of seeing F1.
Oh, yes, we did.
Oh.
For, for all you who don't know, who aren't in the know, kind of like us sometimes, because I don't think either of us are experts on F1.
No.
F1 is Formula One racing, and this is a Jerry Bruckheimer produced movie.
Mhm.
It is helmed by Joseph Kosinski, who,
Mhm.
if you don't know, also paired up with Jerry Bruckheimer on movies like Twisters,
Good
Top
luck.
Gun Maverick, Tron Legacy?
Yes.
Yes. And, gosh, this man has so many quality films up his alley, in his repertoire here. And let's say, yes, I think he has another one to add here.
Yes. Okay, guys, I'm gonna say this. Listen up. I would like to apologize to my college roommate because he forced me to watch F1 and I hated it. And I'm sincerely sorry to that college roommate because, man, get me on the track. This movie was awesome. Oh my gosh. You wouldn't think F1 would be cool. Sorry, everyone who's F1 fans. I didn't think it was cool. This had my heart beating out of my chest.
Can you imagine if more F1 events were filmed like this? Like if everything was directed by Joseph Kosinski?
I hope they call him, honestly.
It's like, I want to work on movies. Like, no, you're doing our races. All of
Do F1.
all of them.
Especially that one shot that has me and Ethan freaking out where it
Oh,
does a
but
180.
it's not just one of them. There are multiple times, and they even show in the trailer. And honestly, when they show in the trailer, that's kind of what really got me excited for this movie. It's weird. Just one simple camera movement got me excited for a whole movie.
Hey, I can't
And
blame you.
it's like that swivel where it's like the camera is positioned on the car, and then it just like is positioned one way and does like a quick 180 turn the other way, one smooth movement. And my gosh, it's so seamless, it's so awesome, and it just gets you like hell yeah right afterwards.
I just love this movie so much because to break it down, Brad Pitt plays a older Formula One driver who comes back to help his team or his buddy, Javier Bardem, and really rebuilds this team. And it's just so cool. Like Pixar Cars got nothing on this movie.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I mean Brad Pitt, what's
Yes.
his name? Yeah, dude, he's essentially the Doc Hudson in this situation for all you Cars fans out there. I mean, this movie is essentially Cars meets Top Gun Maverick, and that is not a bad thing at all.
No, I swear. Also, when I was thinking about this, I don't know about you, but my favorite sports movie is Moneyball. And now I was like, is Brad Pitt just the key to success to good sports movies? Because this man was oozing charisma.
And not only him, but Damson Idris.
Oh my
Or
God.
or I'm sorry, is it Damson or Damson?
I don't know, but
Yeah, Damson Idris just killed it in his performance here as like a cocky young rookie coming up,
like
and
the
kind of
queen.
counteract, the old geezer that's coming into the fray here. But the thing that was different from other movies in this kind of realm here, but familiar in the sense of we've seen it similar in Top Gun Maverick, is the whole idea of the elder folk being the rebellious one
Hmm.
rather than the younger one being rebellious and a renegade, which, he does show signs of being a renegade here and there, but in regards to the actions he takes while driving, it's mainly just he's going by the status quo and what's already, set up for him and what paved his way for original success. And Brad Pitt's the one that's sticking to his guns and being the renegade and wanting to really change things in F1 and throw people off their game, which it causes a very interesting dynamic one that we've seen before. It's just the roles are kind of reversed, but again, it's even then we've seen it before in Top Gun Maverick. But again, if you have the same director coming back to direct that in a very different setting, but in a similar manner, I mean, who's to complain?
Well, and I think what really works is Brad Pitt and Damson because they do pull off these characters so well. Like I said earlier, they both are oozing charisma and it just comes off on the screen. Like I totally bought their like friendship and partnership and I just really enjoyed them on screen together and like you guys, this movie is fantastic. I've never watched I watched F1 once in my lifetime and man, I wanna go turn on the TV screen, like, is there seasons to this sport? I have no idea.
Yeah, no, I mean, I have no knowledge of F1 at all other than Cargo Vroom, but I'm but I gotta say, I might be interested in watching a race now because of this movie. It really did a great job of conveying, what drivers go through and like the practicality shown. Because I don't think there was really any CGI. I mean, other than maybe some background stuff,
Mhm.
but other than that, I don't think much CGI was used here. It really feels like everything just felt so real. And you could be in the car with Brad Pitt. I mean, it'd be weird to be sitting on his lap like that, but you're in the car with Brad Pitt. Gosh, it really helps with those darn awesome 180 tilt, like on the swivel. I cannot stop talking about it because it is so cool. They do it multiple times throughout the film, and it does not get old whatsoever because they always do a new twist with it because it's like, oh, I'm following this car now, and like, oh, this is just to show what's ahead of him after what was behind him, and it's like, ah, stop it with your coolness, but don't stop.
Well, I just think it really comes down to Joseph, the director. He is such an outstanding director. This is another one just on his list of greatness. And you know what? I'm just so happy for him. I would watch a movie about boats at this point if he directed it because this man, I would put him up there as one of the best directors. I like top 5 now. I think he's entered my top 5.
Yeah, I mean, him and Jerry Bruckheimer really work well together in the making the blockbuster of the summer kind of
Mhm.
category. I think that they definitely need to pair together at least once a year.
Once a year.
There should be a contract set up if there's not already of them pairing up once a year to work on a big summer blockbuster movie that is filmed in IMAX or something. Like, I mean, it's just such a great combo they got going there, and it's like what's going on with Star Wars,
Mhm.
Tony Gilroy and Lucasfilm. It's like find a way to keep him, man. Like, just you have so much success here.
It works. Also, I love that you said IMAX because like, you guys, if you have the opportunity to go see this in IMAX, please do. It was absolutely fantastic. I think it does such a service because, like you said, I felt like I was in that car with them, and it was just so cool. I I don't even know the rules, but I loved it.
Like I said, cargo room, and I sometimes that's all you need to
They go
know.
fast. That's all that matters.
It's like a boy trying to impress his girlfriend in 6th grade. Like, I go fast, and therefore I am a greatest partner.
You can't put that in there. Oh, man.
No, but you know what? To top it all off, guys, Hans Zimmer is also the composer for this movie, and while a decent amount of the music in this movie is soundtrack and is licensed commercial music, he comes in here and brings a score with some elements that you've heard before in some of the other films he's worked on, but it really does feel new here, where he takes elements of what he used before and really kind of blends it together, and it really brings the immensity of each moment during these races. And my gosh, does he know how to work a synthesizer?
Yes. Oh my gosh. It's just so cool what he's able to do. I We walked out and Ethan was like, "This was done by Hans Zimmer," and I'm like, "That makes sense. That's why I loved it so much." It was just so enjoyable at that point, and man, I know there's probably not gonna be a F1 2 movie, but if there's even thoughts about it, hell yeah, let's do it.
I mean, the grounds are kind of open to it with how it ends.
Yeah, it's very open.
Yeah, and I mean, it might not be like an F1 thing, but they might change like the type of sport. I mean, it's probably still gonna be racing without giving too much away, but it's just a matter of what's next, what's next for these characters, what's next for how you want to approach it. Are you going to stick with F1? Are we going to move to a different type of racing? Because there is at the beginning of the movie a different type of racing as well that we're introduced to, that he is experienced with before we jump into F1, and some other new elements that we see later on in the film. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see if they were to do a sequel, how they would go about it.
Like I said, if Joseph made a movie about boats, I would watch it at this point. Like, this is such a great director, and I really enjoyed it overall.
Blend it the best of both worlds here. Make it so it's like an aircraft carrier race.
Wait, I kind of love that, though.
Oh, we got to make it to this side, the end of the world, to stop this war before our rival, this other
I
with
love
us.
it.
And also very topical. But
Yes. I have to ask, I mentioned this earlier. Moneyball is one of my favorite sports movies of all time. It's been up there for a while. Again, I love Remember the Titans, but Moneyball is hands down my favorite sports movie. But I think this one sneaks into the top 5 for me. Does it do the same thing for you?
oh man, that's a list.
That's a hard list.
That's a list to really come up with there. I mean, you gotta understand, I love me my sports movies. So to put you on my top 5, that's intense love right there.
Yes.
And while I did really like this movie quite a bit, I'm not sure if it breaks into my top 5 sports movies.
Ooh.
Maybe top 15, but
Not even top 10?
I there's so many good ones, man. There's so many good ones. Maybe top 10. I don't know. I'd have to think about it, marinate on it a little bit, but I regardless, at the end of the day, this movie really hit the spot in regards to a summer blockbuster. And please, like I mentioned before, get Jerry Bruckheimer and Joseph Kosinski back behind the wheel here and get them to make another summer blockbuster, which I'm sure they're already on. But I just want to make sure that's the case, because if it's not, Uncle Ethan's gonna be very angry.
Uncle Ethan. Oh man. Well, it does kind of lead into this movie isn't perfect either. It's very generic dialogue. It's some terms you would use.
I mean, it's stuff we've seen before,
Yeah.
I mean, and
It's not breaking any ground.
but in the same sense that, like, Top Gun Maverick has that same kind of, like, we've seen a lot of this before, but you're not really going to a Top Gun Maverick movie for the brilliantly written dialogue, right? You're going because it's a summer blockbuster that you love, and you love planes going like flying through the sky and shooting each other down and all that, like, and it's awesome, right? You go to see an F1 movie done by the same people. You go to see it for the intensity, to feel like you're in an F1 race. You're not going there because of someone's emotional crisis.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you are, it's got stuff for you if you haven't seen every other movie ever. But at the end of the day, I gotta say, this it does deliver on what it was supposed to. It's like a Godzilla movie, right?
Yes. Yeah.
You go there because you're there to see giant monster go march, march, boom, barf, lasers.
Yeah.
But, and sometimes you are able to deliver that good blend of both, like Godzilla -1. But for the most part, people are there to see what you get in Godzilla versus Kong, right?
Mhm.
Where it's just a popcorn movie and you're just there to watch some kick-ass blockbuster.
Yeah. Again, like, I only have like one issue with this film, and it's the villain, and I'm putting that in quotation marks just because very generic. Didn't seem like it was needed in a sense, but again, it adds to the runtime, which I think you could shave off about 15 minutes if you cut that kind of storyline. But again, I think this is such a wonderful movie that no matter what, I just had fun with it overall.
Yeah, in regards to your
Complete.
filing complaint there, I would say that I would agree with you to an extent. I think that maybe if they introduced the antagonist a little earlier on, I mean, they did do it decently early on, but I don't know, a little more of a foothold when they introduced him. Maybe there would have been more ground to work with there, but it felt more like the way that they handled it, like Baron Zemo in Captain America: Civil War,
Mhm.
where you already have this great, interesting dynamic and conflict between the two main protagonists, that they're each other's antagonists, that it's just like, that's interesting within itself. You don't really need this unnecessary villain here to kind of make it more black and white. And I don't know, maybe that was just something that they felt more safe with
Mhm.
in regards to, to keep it more on that we like how unite to fight off the big baddie. But I just don't feel like it was necessary,
Yeah.
whether in that movie or this movie. But I don't know, it didn't wear me down to where I'm like, yeah, that will detract a significant amount of points from my final score. So, besides that, were there any other, you know, negative aspects or critiques we have about the movie?
I think the editing of it was very, very good when it came to the racing stuff. I felt like I was in the race, but some of the dialogue editing, especially at the beginning, there's one scene that cuts so quick. And I didn't love that just because I felt like it took me out of it. I was like, wow, that was a quick cut. And maybe it's just because I like to edit, I'm an editor, so stuff like that. But overall, like, I think the editing is super well done, especially for the racing scenes. Again, like I felt like I was in that car with Brad Pitt, and so I think that's the only thing. But again, it's really minor critiques, if anything.
Yeah, I mean, and my one of my smaller gripes about it is I wanted more of Hans Zimmer's score in the movie, and I feel like they kind of leaned a little too much at times into the soundtrack, rather than letting Hans Zimmer work his score more into the movie at certain moments. But I mean, I don't know F1 racing, like I mentioned before. Maybe that type of soundtrack really gets people going. I mean, there were a couple people in front of us that looked like they were big F1 fans
Yeah.
that, were really kind of feeling the soundtrack, when it was utilized. So, I don't know, maybe that's just a personal critique of mine, but it's not, again, not something that I would detract so much from my final score with.
Hmm.
But speaking of, Annmarie, I think it's about time we deliver our final score.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, Annmarie. So final score here out of 10,
This is a long one.
because I don't want to say cars. Oh, out of 10 car zoomies
Car zoomies.
there.
Okay.
Out of 10 car zoomies, how many would you give this movie out of 10?
Oh man, I have to just say I always am hesitant when I give scores because I feel like a part of me wants to critique it on the specifics of it, like editing, music, sound, all that. But then another part of me is like, no, I want to just tell how I feel. And so I'm going to go with my heart on this one. It's hands down a 10 out of 10 for me. This movie is absolutely amazing. If you have me caring about a sport I hated in college, well done. Brad Pitt, Damson, Joseph, everyone does such a great job on this team. And I just can't believe that I finally care about something so much. I really do want to get into F1, which, oh my gosh, my college roommate's probably freaking out right now that I'm saying this, to be totally honest. But I do. Like, this is such a cool idea. And I think Joseph is just a standout director. I can't wait to see what he does next. I'm super stoked for him. And again, if you can make a F1 too, I'm down. Like I'm sold. Like I'm sat.
She's already reserved her tickets now.
Yeah.
That it's not even listed online. She reserved her ticket.
2027. Let's go.
The magic of A-list.
Yes.
No.
Shout out.
Now, I absolutely agree with you, like 99%. But I don't think I enjoyed it as much as you did. I think I would give it a 9.5 out of 10.
That's still good though.
Which, yeah, absolutely, it's still good. I just didn't think it worked well enough to where it was a fully smooth ride the entire way through. There were some, I think the beginning takes a little bit to kind of, I don't know, there's certain sequences of time that I just felt kind of were lost in between each jump to each race. And there was some pacing, I wouldn't say problems, but just they were issues enough to where it kind of didn't feel smooth enough on the track here. So because of that, just half a point off. But overall, I thoroughly enjoyed it. The camera movements were amazing. The editing was just about top notch. The acting was great. The cinematography, the production, like everything about this movie was awesome. Just, it didn't quite reach that 10 range for me, but, maybe it will for you guys. I know for Annmarie, it 100% did.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, 9.5 Karzumis out of 10.
Oh man. I'm so glad that we did not go to the secret screening of Jurassic World Rebirth. Sorry, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, so a little context here. The screen unseen at AMC that they were doing today, we were kind of thinking, oh, has the same runtime and it's the same rating as Jurassic World Dominion, which
Rebirth.
I'm sorry, Rebirth. No more.
How dare you?
Such a fan. No, yeah, Rebirth. And, we're excited about that movie. So we were thinking, I don't know, do we really care about F1 enough to leave this early screening and just go see that one? And Annmarie's like, no, we're gonna see this one. I'm excited about it. And like, okay, I agree with you. Let's go see it and stick to our guns here. And boy, are we thankful that we did.
Yes. What Jurassic World Rebirth video out next week though?
Yeah.
To come back to Cassette Take, like, comment, subscribe.
Geez, we're checking off every box.
There you go.
No, guys, but F1, not FU, but F1. That was.
That should have been the rating. Somebody can edit this.
No, I'm not a big fan of that. But no, guys, F1. Have you seen it? Are you excited to see it? If you haven't seen it, because I know we went to an early screening, but have you seen IMAX? Do you see a regular screen? Is it still good on a regular screen? Did you have some issues with it? Are you excited for whatever Joseph Kosinski and Jerry Bruckheimer do next? Are you like diehard fans of them? What are your thoughts on F1 in general? Because we know nothing other than this movie.
I can't wait to get destroyed in the comments. Be like, it's not a. They don't have seasons.
It's not F1. It's F1. Like, or I don't know. Like there's a silent Q at the end. But guys, whatever your thoughts are, let us know your takes on our tapes in those comments down below. And with that, Annmarie, I think it's about time we wrap this thing up.
Let's wrap it.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Cassette Take. Don't forget to, as Annmarie mentioned, you follow that checklist. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Sometimes YouTube doesn't let you know, like, hey, your favorite podcast for movie reviews, Cassette Take, they posted a new video. Where you at? So hit that bell to make sure you know when we release just for you. Whatever your thoughts are and however loyal you are as a fan, we love y'all. Just wherever you are, do not forget to rewind. I've been Ethan.
I've been Annmarie.
And car does go vroom.